welcome back to my channel. My name is Bailey, and today we've got a book haul. So I have a lot of books. I decided to do book hauls quarterly. So this is all of the books I acquired in winter, and winter was a big month. There's a lot here, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. First, I'm gonna talk about my book of the months. So first we have The Office of Historical Corrections by Danielle Evans. I have not read this, but I've heard amazing things about it. A collection of short stories and a novella. And I've been really into short stories lately, so I'm hoping to get to this one soon. This actually true particularly of all of my book of the month books because I'm like hella behind. So I really want to prioritize these since I'm getting them monthly for a reason. Next we have The Removed by Brandon Hobson. I know this is about a Native family, police violence. It's basically all I know. I got this in January. It came out February 2nd. Still have not read it, but I will soon. And next we have Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this book. Sounds right up my alley. A Virgo that accidentally gets married and it's a lesbian relationship. Oh my god, I'm so ready for this. Probably gonna be the next book I pick up, hopefully. We have The Stars and the Blackness Between Them by Junauda Petrus, and I barely know what this is about, but I'm excited for it. I know it's a YA contemporary. It's gay. I'm ready for it. Next we have The Library of Legends by Jenny Chang. Oh my god, I'm so glad I finally own this. It's my favorite book of 2020. I just love this cover. I think it's stunning. It's so beautiful, and I'm so glad I finally own a copy. Oh my gosh, I'm so pleased. Next we have On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, one of my favorite books 2019, and I checked it out from the library and just never owned it. So this is actually the first Angie Thomas I own. Oh, I'm so happy. I love this book. It's probably my favorite of hers, although I haven't read Concrete Rose, so don't hold me to that. But I just enjoyed this story so much, so I'm so glad to finally own it. And lastly, for the book of the month, we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I checked this out from the library and started reading it, and then I knew it was going to be a book that I wanted to own, so I could mark it up if I wanted to, or just have time to put it down. Whereas a library book, I'd only have it for 2 weeks, so I'm glad to own this. Next we have all the YA. I bought a surprising amount of YA, so yeah. First we have Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. Oh my gosh, this sounds so cute. Trans, Latinx, magical. Wow, I'm already stoked for this. Next we have Watch Over Me by Nina LaCour. This cute little book. Excited for this, don't know that much about it. I've heard a lot of great things. I saw a few videos of people that have really liked it, so I'm very excited for it. I love Nina LaCour. Yay. Next we have The Mayor of Thieves by Sherry DeMoline. I am reading this for class. The lone page tab so far. Yes, this is an indigenous dystopian. It's very good so far. I've heard the ending is I don't know if it's sad, if it's happy, but a lot of people are using that pouty emoji, so I'm not ready, but I also am ready. So I'm ready for my class to happen so I can read the rest of it. Next I have Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. This I read for class. You can see all the tabs. They're bunnies. This was so good, and I'm so glad that I read it. I'll talk about more in my wrap up, but yes, what a great book, and I'm so ready to read more from Renee Watson. Next, I have Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. I read this in 2020, loved it, and it was coming out in paperback, so impulse purchase. Next, this is a set. I have The Rise of Kyoshi and The Shadow of Kyoshi by FCE, which, wow, I love these covers, and I'm currently almost finished with Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm hoping to start Legend of Korra soon. I never watched them as a kid, so let me tell you, as an adult watching them, they are so good. And so I'm so happy to read these and just read more about this universe because I am in love. I'm in love with it. Next, I have Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. All I know about this is that it's sapphic, and yeah, it's in the 50s. That's all I know, pretty much. And I pre-ordered this solely based on those reasons. And that should tell you all you need to know about my habits. Next, I have The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. I do know a lot about this, about a boy who, yeah, he grows up in London, and it's kind of his story of becoming a drag queen, I think, and also like coming out and just like his life progression, I guess, as a young adult. So I'm really excited for this, and it's written in verse, so it's not going to take very long. So I'm really hoping to pick this up soon, hopefully like by the end of February, but it's also in less than a week, so we'll see. Next, I have A Map of Days by Miss Peregrines. I've only read the first book in this series, and clearly cannot give a synopsis without spoiling the other ones potentially. But I'm just really excited to get into this series. I remember when it first came out, I was super excited about it, and then I just don't do well with series, so I kind of forgot about it. But now that it's ending, I feel like, okay, it's complete, so I can start it, and I have a clear goal in mind. So I'm really excited for this. Alright, the rest of these books are kind of random. First, we have our classics. I bought this copy of The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood at Walmart. I really liked this cover, and it was really cheap, so I decided to just get it. I can't believe I've never read this. Like, through all of high school, my entire women's studies degree, I've never had to read this, so going to soon, maybe. I think this is like the oldest book on my TBR, so I hope that this is the year that I knock down some of those really old books that have been on there for literally 5 to 7 years. Then the other classic I got was Passing by Nella Larson. I'm in love with this cover, so pretty. I also really like the red one with the face on it, but this one was cheaper, so went with this one. And I didn't realize how short this was. It's like 100 pages, so I am hoping to read this soon because I know it'll be short. Next, I have some random nonfiction. So first we have Critical Race Theory, an Introduction by Delgado and Stefanik. I talked about this in my January wrap-up. I'm now rereading it again for my Critical Race Theory class, and yeah, it was fine. Yeah, it's definitely a book I would not have picked up if it wasn't for school. It is just very, like, doesn't have the nuance that I wish it did. Then I also have Why I'm Not Going to Buy a Computer by Wendell Berry. This may seem like a random choice, and it is. I can't explain this. I love these editions. I love the color, I love the size, and this sounded interesting. I know I could probably read it online, but it was so cheap that I just went for it. So here we are. Along the same lines, I also have Whites on Race and Other Falsehoods by Otega Uwakba. I'm sorry. And this is another, similar to the other book, is just in like one essay. This one it wasn't random. I heard Kayla from Books and Lala talk about it, and I immediately ordered it. And so I was planning to read it the second I got it. I got it a few days ago. That just hasn't happened yet, but hopefully I'll make an appearance in my February wrap-up. If not, definitely March, because this is one I'm definitely prioritizing, especially because it's so short and I know it will be really impactful. I believe it's all about like performative allyship and just like whiteness and that's what my class is on right now, so I'd really like to read this while I'm in that mental space of thinking about it, to really like connect some themes together. And then I have Self-Care by Clara Chamberlain. Chamberlain? I'm not sure. This I got as a gift from Christmas from my lovely friend Paige. Shout out to her. And it's super cute. Just a bunch of things about self-care. There's different quotes, there's different practices to try, and I'm really liking it. I like just picking it up before bed and reading some quotes or some pages, or when I wake up first thing in the morning. It's just a great way to start and end your day and add a little bit of mindfulness and self-compassion. Next, I have my one short story collection, Kink, by R.O. Kwon and Garth Greenwell. Mostly I bought this because I have Garth as a professor next semester, and I wanted to read one of his works, and I saw this was coming out like this month, in February, so I was like, all right, gotta order it. And I'm really glad that I did. I mostly ordered it just for that, but after looking into it, I'm so glad. We got Carmen Maria Machado, one of my favorite authors, Roxane Gay, Alexander Chee, Brandon Taylor, like just so many phenomenal authors. So I'm really excited for this collection. I think I'll be reading it very soon because I'm so excited for it. Next, I got my graphic novels, American Born Chinese by Jean Luen Yang. Bought this for class. I actually read this a few years ago, but I don't remember very well. So I'm really excited to dive back in and really like examine some of the themes because I don't remember that much. So, and I definitely did not have the same theoretical lens that I do now. So exciting. And then I also have Are You Listening by Tillie Walden. This is one that when I bought it, I was like, I will read this right away. And then I didn't because I didn't realize how big it was. But this is another one I'm really hoping to get to, especially since I know it will be a pretty short read, despite its thickness. I am ready for this one. I love Tillie Walden. This is the only book of hers that I haven't read yet, so I'm excited to get to it soon. And finally, we have all of my adult fiction. So it's kind of a random assortment. First, we have Strange Weather in Tokyo by Hiromi Kawakami. I don't know that much about it. I really like the Books Unbound podcast, and they talk about this book a lot. It just sound interesting. I really want to read more translated fiction, so why not? Got it for Christmas. Very glad about that. Next, I have Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. And wow, I'm excited. I saw this in the library, almost checked it out, and then realized just by reading the back, I was like, absolutely not. I need to own this so that I can annotate it as I please. So I'm very excited about this. I really like this cover. I love this color scheme, and I'm excited about it. Next, I have Written in the Stars by Alexander Bellafleur. All I know, Sapphic, what's it called? Pride and Prejudice retelling, which I've never seen or read, so should be interesting. I just am a hoe for Sapphic stuff. That's what this is about, basically. Yeah, I don't know that much besides that. Next, my other Christmas haul, Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller and Circe by Madeline Miller. Can't tell you anything about either of these besides this is about Achilles and it's gay. This is about Circe and it's feminist, from what I've heard. That's all I can tell you. and that they're really good. So I'm ready for it. Next I have This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal Edmotar and Max Gladstone. Can't tell you much about this, again, besides that it's sapphic and there's like a war going on, and these two like people are on the opposite sides of the war, like saying each other letters. Hi, so I didn't realize that my camera ran out of storage, so luckily I only had a couple books left, so I'll just go through those super quickly. Yeah, This Is How You Lose Time War. I didn't mention when I was talking about it, but I will be reading this in March for the Buzzwordathon, and I'm really excited. I don't read that much sci-fi, so I'm excited about this one. And then my final book of this book haul is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This book's been everywhere. It's about magical children being raised by like gay men, so I'm very excited for this. I've heard so many good things about it. I'm hoping to pick it up in the spring if I can, but I know it's a book that I'll really want to savor, so I might wait till the summer. We'll see. And that's all for this book haul. Thank you for accommodating this wardrobe lighting angle change. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below a book in this haul that you've read, that you want, a book you bought recently. I want to hear some things. That's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.